there, comic fans? It is time for me to do some reviews. I have to tell you, this was not an exceptionally good week. You've probably already seen my review of Batman 77. And if you haven't, watch it. And let's just say I wasn't too happy with it. It's probably not my best attempt at a review, but at least it was honest. So I'm going to do a couple here, and I will do each one after this. And I'm back. My last review for tonight, Vampirella 50, number 2. I have to say I like this cover. It's better than the other ones. And I have to say this issue was probably the best comic I read this week, which isn't really saying much, considering that I did read Batman 77, and don't get me started on that, and Faithless, which was, I didn't do a review of that, but, you know, I'm ambivalent, and Frank Miller's Year One. You can see the review on that on my site. Christopher Priest wrote this, I think it is. And it is flashing back and forth. I guess it's another retelling slightly of her origin story and starting a new arc with her. It's basically her in therapy with a therapist after a plane crash, so it's jumping back and forth between the events that led up to the plane crash. Last issue it dealt with the plane crash. This one deals with stuff before it and her talking to her therapist. There's kind of a philosophical discussion of whether there's a God, the devil, the evil, good, stuff like that. It's her sleeping with some Uber driver, as they showed in the comic. It's an equivalent of an Uber driver, her doing speed dating. It's kind of an interesting story, but it's just, the main thing is her dealing with a group of nuns, all named Mary, some form of something or other Mary, because some nuns have 2 names. Where they go after like vampires, werewolves, stuff like this, and some Satanists, and it was rather interesting. The nuns looked kind of creepy, and I almost bought the cover with them on the front, but this one I found a little bit more entertaining. It's kind of weird that I thought this one was the best one of the group. Just, I don't know if it says something about this story or the other ones that I read. I think it's a combination of both. But I have to tell you, if you're a fan of Vampirella, if you're a fan of vampires, of this one wasn't too bad. It was much better, in my opinion, than Batman 77. It was so much better than Batman 77, and it was a lot better than Superman Year 1, Issue 2. So I'm going to give this maybe a 2.75 out of 5. So let me know what you think, and keep reading comics.